What, the reprint?
Yeah, more lies.
No, I can't disclose when it comes out. I can't disclose anything about it because that is the publisher's job. Which I know when they're going to start rolling out the promotion for it, but I'm not at liberty to say.
Okay, here's a question. Becca Scoop pointed this out.
Yeah, who rewrites their memoirs?
I don't know which one's. Wait, hold on. I don't know which one's which. I'm gonna mute you.
Oh, look, she got a gift, y'all.
Okay, so
Good
I don't know
job.
which. I don't know if it's the audio or the. Wait, hold on, Dreamer.
Is she even publishing another book? Wish I knew.
But I don't know. Becca Scoops was saying like there's a part of the book that you don't read in the audio or vice versa.
And that is a strong possibility because when I was, and they always use this.
She needs to refund her other people.
Of the show, and it's very misleading. There's this clip in the show.
Yeah,
where
exactly.
After I was in the studio and recorded the audio.
Thank you for the heart me.
That I'm opening the book, and that's when I had got like the 200
there
copies
is
of my book to sign.
9 people.
And I said I have read this book.
Hold on.
Like 50,000 times or something like that. Something along those lines. I don't remember what it was verbatim. And then they show, oh, well, you know, I'm explaining, well, I didn't read my book thoroughly enough when going through the edits. Okay, both are true. But the thing is I did not proofread everything in the book before I went into the studio.
So she didn't proofread it, but she's saying she did 50 times.
So I had to record even the errors that are in the book that needed correcting. I had to say verbatim. And my literary agent and publisher said, we will note this, and when we go for a reprint, we will correct all of this in the reprint. But right now, it is already going to print, and we cannot make any more edits.
What a bullshit excuse, because she could literally stop the whole fucking book.
Correct information, say, while recording it.
And you know what? I want to say this, and I wish if people didn't.
So she's blaming her publisher.
Because we knew this before the book was. before, like, you was even really. The book
I knew this before, then why didn't you tell people not to buy it? To wait for the fucking reprint.
You listening to what people were saying.
You were the first person I told.
You were the first person. I was the first person, and I went and I even talked about it publicly, and I even said the thing.
Yeah, she wants to use it as a source.
That video is going now, and that footage is going now. But because it's some.
Yes, this is now.
It's like very simple. Like the football teams are wrong.
Yeah, it wasn't the Bengals, the Cincinnati Bengals, and the Saints. It was the Bengals and the Chiefs games that we had plans to go to. Well, in the book it says the Bengals and the Saints, and I'm like, that's incorrect. Like,
she's so
So some errors are that minor. Like, I mean,
yeah, very minor.
Like, and so
yeah, she's awfully proud of it.
Like, I remember you were actually still out there reading when we talked about this, and I was like,
thank you for the heart, man.
I was like, I really want to talk about this on live because I know that if you don't talk about this before the book comes out, people are going to do what they're doing now, and of course,
calling her out on her shit
every freaking day. So the people that weren't around since I've been around, since last January, January of 2000, well, really December 23, but say January 2000.
Somebody in the comments, I want to get it. Get a refund for your first one.
December, this year, actually, people that are coming in 2 months ago don't know that all this shit that they think you changed.
You don't have any coins? That's okay, babe.
Literally before your book.
Didn't I say me, but I left that in because it's very minor. Yeah.
I called Bree. I was like, Bree, I just came back from the studio. There's so many
Demand
corrections that I need to make in this book, and it's already going to print. And there's nothing I can do about it right now. It just has to get printed. It has to be rolled out, and there's nothing I can do to change it.
Oh, thank you, 1 ounce of Jameson.
And I'm going to be called a liar. I'm going to be called, a liar for inconsistencies, even though I recognize the inconsistencies.
Ooh, Ben and Jerry's sounds so good.
The book that I had co-authors help me to make.
Yes.
And now she's blaming her co-authors. I would never co-author anything with her again.
No, I had co-authors.
The fact that one of the errors is a football team's name.
Exactly. Like,
to show people, like. So that, yeah, back to school. I remember.
Always somebody else's fault. How do they have 9 people in there and less than? They have 722 people.
There'll be more in the audio than the book.
People don't even care. I don't even care. Oh, thank you, Stacy.
You record audio twice.
She'll never take accountability.
Once over a period of, it took me a good 7 days.
I'm saying, like, did you do the corrections with the audio or no?
No. So, with the
her audio and written versions are different, though.
I haven't been told that I have to go back into the studio again. So I think
someone send this to Melissa. They should.
I had 2 versions. So I did one where I said what was printed.
Somebody find me her email.
Like what was going to go to print, and then for the corrected version, I just kind of said it in a different way while in studio. So I don't think I have to go in studio again. They could probably just use the 2 versions.
So I wonder what she's talking about then, because
yeah, she doesn't care.
Like the corrected book never came out yet, though.
Yeah,
right?
the lies.
Correct.
Right. So I wonder how bad, because I mean, like I said, I don't really watch.
I think Melissa did help her with the book. Yes.
Someone's like someone that told
50 times, Pam.
It's actually ridiculous, and it is. So I fucking watched it, and she talks about. Like this point, like you, I don't
come in under your real account, people. We ain't that dumb.
Like it's in there, it's not.
If you ain't that dumb, block me then.
Yeah, I had to read it verbatim, and
I'm gonna have to watch that again then.
Yeah, see, let me know because I mean,
Yeah, because that could be hard easily. I mean, I've seen her straight up lie before many a times.
Going live about these
She
sort of
even
things
said
is
when she said,
dangerous. Ooh, somebody's
something
calling her.
about rewrite. Like she was talking about how your books.
You left out an entire paragraph.
It almost sounded like she like had the inside scoop and knew exactly what wasn't going to
I
be.
helped confirm the audiobook and physical book were different. She's a dork. Yep. Show did.
But I know for sure she does say that there's something in your book that's not in the audio or vice versa, and that's impossible if you had to read it verbatim.
Exactly. So I don't know what she would be talking about. I have a second chance at making sure I proofread it this time. I have to get all the edits and all the proofreading done by November 11th. So I'm in the process of doing that right now. So I'm going through it with a fine-tooth comb. I did take.
Thought she couldn't give away any details.
Take out something that I felt that my co-author kind of went a little too graphic on.
Probably is.
That never.
Co-author,
Oh, I bet money on she's taking out the part about her grandpa
Michelle,
in the shower.
Master Shani. There was something, a line, and I understand that the line was supposed to be impactful and give real like depth and meaning to it, but I felt like it came off too graphic and too abrasive, and so I asked that be removed, and so that little line will be gone. I added a few things like the Barbie thing. So when people are like, yeah, you said that your mom didn't let you play with Barbies, but then show a picture of me holding a Barbie. Okay, well, there's more detail to that. So my mom didn't let me play with Barbies when I was, 4 and 5 and 6.
So she's going to tell us all about the book, and she expects to sell it?
10, 11, 12, because at 10, 11, 12, that's when girls typically start getting into makeup. They start getting into boys.
Yep, come up with different events.
The age progression of maturity continues. So that was just something from my mom to kind of like...
Yeah, she played with
in a
toothbrushes.
stunt my growth.
Somebody should go and ask her, are you going to talk about playing with toothbrushes?
But here's a Barbie doll. Does that make sense?
Go ask over on their live.
I just wish people would listen to you, Gypsy. And you know what? I know that, like, I'm so glad that you're in a place in your life where you're just like, I'm fine with it. But, like, when you get into these discussions and you say things like that makes so much sense, I don't even think you realize how impactful that could be to other people out there, because, like, I never even went through that. And when you just said that, like, before you even said the reasoning, I knew exactly, like, why she would do that. Like, just don't ever forget your voice matters. I'm telling you, because when you come up
comments are being filtered.
You speak on your story, like, people don't want to believe you because they don't want to believe you. But what I always have said, because they'll be like, oh, Gypsy can lie to you. No, the talks that we've had, like,
no offense intended, you seem immature for your age.
It's logical and it makes sense with everything that happens.
She's in her 30s.
And there's no, like, that right there, like the Barbie thing.
You got
like,
muted.
that makes so much sense. Like, you can actually pull that out of your ass. That's actually, it psychologically makes sense. And so, if anybody can't understand that or get it, then they just don't.
Is Bree a psychologist now?
Before you even said, like, the reasoning behind that, like, it was like, wow.
Yeah, they do.
That makes total sense.
Did it come through?
So,
no.
When I was like 6 years old, my mom was like, why aren't you?
I didn't see it.
It doesn't seem like you're interested.
Oh, yep, somebody did. Rose just put a toothbrush. They got it quick, though.
I love that. Let me get you a doll or we used to call them weebles, but you remember the Fisher Price little people?
Yeah.
They were like little fat, short figurines. And,
I appreciate Rose.
She's like, well, why don't you play with that? And, so it's just kind of like I was growing and maturing.
You did too.
You lose interest in things. You stop being interested in Sesame Street, and then you go on to watching Disney princesses, and you just mature.
Yeah, they now did. Rose got one in, though.
Stunting the things that she wanted me to like is, what happened with the Barbie. So that's why I'm like, details matter for some things, and then details really don't matter in the big picture for other things.
Yes, it's live right now.
So that's why I wanted to specifically, add that. I wasn't allowed at this age, but I was allowed at this age.
So now she wants to lie about that.
Put context to it.
Let's go find her with Barbies at a younger age.
It's just, nobody, like, you never had to tell your story.
Yeah, damage control, for sure.
People will say, like, well, we didn't want to hear it. Yes, you did, because I promise you, the people that are not for you, there was just as many people who bought that.
When did you learn you had the micro deletion? Let's see if they leave it up.
Okay, so they were. Some of them just bought it or listened to it somewhere else, but a lot of them bought it. And, like, that's the sad part, is because, especially when you have so many years, like, you, like, didn't get into the world.
They shouldn't be picking the story apart. Bullshit, she's a murderer.
Like, without all of that, imagine the details. Like,
yeah, she could have lived a quiet life for sure.
Someone like you, and to think that one book is going to tell your whole life
she should
story,
be on fire.
Like, every single detail, there's no way. There's no way. And it would be hard for just a typical.
Somebody asked, are you going to return money since you had inconsistencies? They actually left it.
And like, which your mom might allowed at one time, she could, like whereas me, my mom would let me play Barbies from 4 till however old, whatever.
A lot of people have questions about the revisions that GypsyRose is doing to her book, so y'all, I sent an email. Inquiry regarding statements by GypsyRose Blanchard about My Time to Stand. I am reaching out regarding GypsyRose Blanchard's recent public statement about her book, My Time to Stand. She has indicated online that she is working on an edit or revisions of the book and initially mentions that she could not discuss the details. However, she has since shared specific claims about removing and adding certain content. In her statements, she contributes various inaccuracies to the co-author and has said she was forced to publish the book with errors, citing examples such as information about her education, a post-release event she and Ryan were to attend, and even details about Barbie references. She also made a broader comment suggesting that inaccuracies in the book and other media arose from information from others, family, friends, co-authors. Given these public claims, I want to ask for clarification from Ben Bella Books. Does the publisher have plans to release a revised or corrected edition of My Time to Stand? What is the publisher's position on Miss Blanchard's statements publicly blaming the co-author and calling the book inaccurate? If revisions are forthcoming, will readers who purchase the current edition be eligible for any kind of refund or replacement, since the work is being described by the author as inaccurate? I appreciate your time and attention to this matter. It would be helpful to understand where Ben Bella Books stands on these issues, as they directly affect readers' trust in the accuracy and integrity of the publication. Thank you for your time, Audrey.